Good morning. Early Friday morning here in Washington D.C. Try to give everybody a full kind of picture of how this thing goes here in Washington D.C. My store is behind the plexiglass, like a lot of stores you see in Africa behind bars, so people can't go a certain distance or steal certain things or break certain things. But it's been like this here since 1981. So I'm going to show you what the entrance looks like behind the plexiglass. You see the customers coming in the store, and we'll see what happens. It's supposed to be kind of busy today, so hopefully it lives up to Friday. It's kind of early, Friday early. I got orders coming and other things, so set this camera up here. I'm going back and do some things I got to do. So hopefully. Is that thing still moving right now? Man, trying to listen for a little bit because it's kind of boring right there. I want you folks to tune in. Look and see what's going on. Could be too boring. Another view. Time to see that view from time to time. Okay. Move with me now. Move with me now. Good. Hello. Yep. Oh, the hip, right? Hey. Look, man, you still growing that beard out, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
I saw you. I saw you. No, don't cut it. Don't cut it. Don't cut it. Let it grow. Let it grow. Let it grow.
Thanks, Bob.
You welcome. How you doing? Yeah, what? Good. Need a little bag? Are you good? Yeah, cool. Well, let me tell you, folks, running a small business like this is one of the most important things you have to overcome is like boredom. A lot of times, in between customers, you have long spaces of time. Like it's pretty bored. If you get through most of your chores you've done, you stock the boxes up, you swept and cleaned up. If if you bought the stuff out of your supplies out of the back station, wherever you have the station on the shelf, kind of like done it already. In an environment like this kind of store here, it's not like most stores. So the element of shoplifting and robbery and arguments and mostly shoplifting causes you not to have as much of a flow of customers coming in as someone else would have. Now someone who would have that theft and that breakage will more than likely have more customers because the opportunity to take brings people inside stores. Like you look at convenience stores, like little stores like mine, like 7-Elevens. A lot of people come in, snatch and take and waiting on customers. You know where you can watch everybody. Before we put ours behind plexiglass in 1981, man, we had it wide open 1967, 1981. And man, you talking about the number of people that we caught in this store. We had like this 3 hours going all the way back. The number of people that we caught in this store taking stuff, man, was just like incredible. So we managed the people that we didn't catch. And when we finally did the statistics, 1981, 1982, we were thinking about it, and we did statistics about what we were picking up from the market, what was actually selling. We found that we were losing somewhere around $300 a week in shoplifting alone. People just taking stuff, man. We even broke it down to items. Mostly people were stealing coffee, canned tuna fish, canned goods, mostly any kind of canned goods. Stuff like quick ready, stuff like little Vienna sausages, meat in a can, potted meat in a can, sardines in a can, herring in a can. It was stealing most stuff like that, man. So, time before people stealing lunch meat and things of that nature. Meat is packaged in a thing with slices, that you can ready to make sandwiches with. Stealing stuff like that, man, and just it cuts into your profit margin tremendously, and you're struggling. You're struggling a lot of times, You have boom because you got a lot of customers gonna come spend, man. They're not trying to steal. They got good jobs or fairly good jobs or decent jobs or hourly rate jobs. They're gonna come spend their money, man, and get it out of your store. But some people come in, man. Their whole intention is just to buy one, steal two. Buy two, steal three. Buy two, steal one. Buy one, steal one. Those kind of people. Those are the ones we found through years come back and laugh. Oh man, I used to steal stuff from this store. I used to steal this and steal that. Still like my father at the time when my father started his business in '67 because I was born in '59. I couldn't start in '67, right? So '67 he started the store. He would always open up early. Wouldn't have any help, man, and kids would come in here, man, and steal and talk about that. I used to steal cakes and honey buns from your father's store. We had a good time eating that food, going to school and blah, blah, blah. And my dad used to say, well, I don't think he really cared because he gave a lot of people credit. it wasn't his sole way of income. He was making money working Amtrak, which is not Amtrak, but Amtrak name's called Washington Terminal, making a rack of money. So he didn't really wasn't really concern himself about people stealing. He didn't want to steal, but he figured if he stole, maybe he was hungry, maybe he was in need. When he grew up, he was sometime in need and hungry because he grew up in the farm life. Grew up hard, way harder than his children did. We had it way better. So I got an order truck getting ready to come up now, so I'm gonna go ahead and position this camera another way. So I can see him put the order up in here. And I come bring it in, you can see it. Hey, how's it going, man? Appreciate it. How's it going, man?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Going pretty good.
That's it, right?
Hey, the other day the Lord has given us. Let us rejoice and be happy.
Yes, sir.
There we go. There we go. Listen, man, my wife wrote something I get. Always have a problem with reading her stuff. That's one thing for sure. That's gonna be guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, 2 liter Rock Creeks. I need
Yeah,
well, let me see. I was trying to follow her thing.
okay.
Okay. Ginger ales, 3.
Okay.
You got Sunny D 1,
Okay.
pineapple 1,
Okay.
lime 1,
Okay.
grape 1,
Okay.
fruit punch 2,
Okay.
iced tea 1, blue raspberry 1, Coca-Cola 1. I mean Coca-Cola 2. I mean Cola 2. Sorry. Peach 1. Arizona's. Take 1 sweet tea. The bottle. 2 mango bottles. 2 watermelon bottles. 1 strawberry kiwi bottle. You probably only got that in the can, right? Okay, take a can of that. Yep. Fruit punch bottle 2. And those little bottles of water. Need 10 cases. That should do it. So you got a total difference? 312.66. Gotcha. Appreciate it. All right. I got my little camera, so you can say hello to the camera.
What'd you say?
That's my little YouTube, my YouTube page.
Okay, what's going on YouTube?
That's right.
Subscribe to my YouTube, man.
Oh, go ahead, give a shout out to yourself, man.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Subscribe to my channel, Big Squid, BIGSQUIDD.
There you go. There you go. You want your shopping? Is your friends, anybody like that? Is your friends, your family, anybody like that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got no friends. Shout out my family.
There you go. You shout out your family.
Big
Man.
mama.
They see you working hard over there. They can't see you, but you got to do it. There you
Shout
go.
out to my family, my daughter Naomi. Oh, she got a YouTube channel too. Yomi So Perfect, man. Subscribe to her.
It's on YouTube video.
Yeah, man, I'm on that YouTube thing. My son told me how to get on, how to get my own like channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got like about 1,600 subscribers.
And you get paid.
That's right. That's all.
They're just like educational videos. They're like some of the most watched videos on YouTube. Like people would love to see like the process of what you
What's going on and everything?
Yeah.
That's how I think about this morning. I said, let me go and put this thing on, man. One, two, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 right there, right? Is that 10? Then there's 1, 2 balls. 11 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of those. In the case of those. What's that other thing? 0 cases of those. Turn around, y'all see all the stuff they bought in here this morning. All the stuff my man bought in here. All the stuff in the corner right there. I'm kicking the cam, kicking the tripod. All this stuff right there. Appreciate it.
Good, that copyright.
Yep, it's perfect. Thank you, man. You have a good weekend. That's the order sheets look like. And you order stuff like that from beer companies or liquor companies. This what everything looks like. Saying those orders, have your name at the top. That's how that stuff works like that. Yeah. So I'll turn the thing back over here. And every time that you when you're in business, when you got something coming in your store, you always want to keep like your own personal big giant checkbook, right? That you're putting stuff in, similar to a ledger you do when you say how much money you made, how much money you spent. So I'll take this book, I automatically put in this book. I'll put a check number here, and I'll put the total what the stuff cost. The stuff came to $1,161.79. So I'll just record that in here, so I won't forget. The last thing you want is a bank fees. They charge you $36 for insufficient funds and some other kind of stuff. You want to make sure you don't have that problem. Make sure you don't have that problem. So yeah, one more name of this country. Name of this beer distributor is called Premium Distributors of DC LLC, located 3500 Fort Lincoln Drive, Northwest Washington DC. I record it in my book. I'll pick their little receipt and put it on my little shelf there. So at the end of the day, I do the ledger. Ledger, you put in what you made, what it cost you, and you go all the way down to the end of the month. And on the 20th of every month, you pay what's called sales and use tax to your jurisdiction. Pay them a rack of money. What I was doing earlier, when you couldn't see, I was talking to the guy. I didn't move the tripod corner to the door, but the guy came in placing a Rock Creek soda order. So I placed about $310 worth of supplies from them. I think it worked out to something like, I don't know, 40 cases, 45 cases, something like that. So he placed the order on Friday. It probably won't be out to either Monday or Tuesday of next week. So that, just like this premium distributor order, the Rock Creek order made a list beforehand what I actually wanted. So when a person comes in and you know what you want, you know the quantity you have to order to get a discount. So I ordered the 2-liter sodas, ordered the Arizona drinks, ordered the waters. So so you get the order coming in, you get the deal you wanted, so you can turn around and make a good profit on it. A lot of Black Americans like my dad had windows of opportunities to get small corner stores, grocery stores, businesses, and stuff like that. But you're doing stuff for the first time. What statistics are not going to tell you that was well known hundreds of years when my parents started running the business, that most businesses fell within 2 years. 2 years, they're not going to make it because it's a system for success in any kind of business. And in small businesses, your rate, well, even all businesses, 2 years. Small businesses, your rate sometimes be so difficult because you give out credit. People give out credit to people come in, especially before we had our plexiglass put on. My dad was giving out credit anyway. People would not pay. Maybe 60% wouldn't pay. Maybe 70. Hello. Feel like $2.95. Oh, would you like the hemp or the classic? You like the hemp or the classic? Classic. Okay. Can't Pepsi. All right. $5.10. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Yeah, see back in there, we go out of business because they were not set up with those. Nobody sat down and explained to them the skills they would need. Nobody explained to them the things they need to avoid. It is, hey, here's your chance, knowing that 9 out of every 10 were going to fail anyway. So people say, why black people in America not doing this, not doing that, why you not doing that? That window of opportunity mostly came after the riots. After Dr. Martin King was assassinated in the inner cities, a lot of the Caucasians or Caucasian ethnics left. Different people who were considered white in America left. A lot of stores became vacant and open, ready for business. Black people came, had their chance and left. Most times, black people put each other out of business. They're coming and stealing from the stores. They're robbing. They're hurting and killing people. So it's black on black thing, man. I guess it goes way back, but it always existed as far as I know in my life. So that type of thing. So you have your own people against you. So really, the authorities don't really have to work real hard to put you out of business. More likely, your own people put you out of business. So whether that's here, America, Africa, or any place where where black people are, predominant, tend to get jealous of hard work. You can put 14 hours in a day in a store just easy. Not blinking your eyes 7 days a week, 14 times 7, 14 times 7. And someone still tend to get jealous, of you working or jealous of whatever you benefiting from by this. So, again, like my father was able to, had a second job. He worked for 41 years and he retired. So we always had abundance, because he worked hard all the time. He ran the store. He left. His work hours were from 4 p.m. to 12 midnight. So the store then was staying open from something like 7 in the morning to around 7 o'clock at night back then. So he would leave and go to work, and he would come back the next morning, open the store, go to market, pick supplies, come open the store, and then he would go take his nap around, around 12 noon, and sleep all the way to maybe 3:35, and then get up, shower and everything, hit work, man. He did that constantly, man, for 41 years. So you're talking about how family can bounce ahead in America real fast. The harder you work, the luckier you become. And praising God and trusting the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is key to all that. Key to all that chemistry when you mix it in there, you know. So just what you do, man. So you have a lot of like we call head shops, barber shop, beauty shops. They tend to make it more so than the grocery stores because you got certain clients, you know. You get your hair fixed, you pay. You get your hair fixed, pay. Nobody's rolling around like stealing stuff or trying to steal stuff, you know. So you tend to make a little more money. You're not gonna have 1,000 customers a day. You might have like 10, 15 clients a day if you're doing their hair, or barbershop guys might have 20, 25 a day. Depending on how many chairs you got. I mean, each barber's paying for his own chair. So it's less laws, less theft, less breakage. You're doing it that way. So a lot of those businesses, black community that else tend to flourish and make it. You know, so businesses where you got people who can put their hands on your product pretty easily. Those ones you gotta really be careful about making it. I'm sure those stores like 7-Eleven and Walmart and Costco's and Safeways and Giants and all those kind of stores of that nature. I'm sure they got I'm sure they got a lot of theft going on. But I think their markup is probably pretty good. They can buy their product like me. I might buy 50, 60 cases of beer. One of them might buy 1,000 cases of beer. So if I'm getting a discount of $1.05 off a case, they're probably getting a discount of $4 off a case. So they have a larger room flexibility, so they're making more money off the product when it comes in. This gives me an educational thing here. They're giving you they're making more off the product that comes in. So they're ordering a larger quantity, you're getting a bigger discount than what I would get being in a smaller store. You know, smaller supply, smaller ordering, you know, smaller clientele. So, but what separates me from them is when this plexiglass was put up in '81. When my dad put it up in '81. We were just working in the store. It was ships before I started running the store. My older brothers, Glenn and Eric, used to work in the store quite often. And then after Glenn and Eric, it was my younger brother Chalmers, me, Clinton, and my sister Deborah. We worked in our ships. My father retired from his job at Washington Terminal, which is now Amtrak, you know, train system all over the United States pretty much. I asked him, I just can't say, Dad, you give me a chance to run a store. He was thinking about possibly selling it then. He said, okay, Clinton. He said, I'll think about it. So he thought about it. So one day he surprised me and said, hey, I'm gonna give you a chance to run a store. You get 6 months. This is back 84, 85. So I officially started running the store May the 16th, 1985, and been running it ever since. And I actually bought the entire property. My dad passed away in 2005, and my mom in 2008. And I actually bought the property in an estate sale in 2007, February 2007. So I've been owning it since 2007, but I actually been running this business since '85. And everything I learned secondhand from my dad, my mom, and how they struggled and worked here and put the hours in. My mom used to suffer from cramps a lot, stand on her feet a lot. Remember, my mom had 8 children. She was from I believe Columbus, South Carolina. Strong, healthy, beautiful woman, you know, and strong. Followed from family settled in Madison, North Carolina. I think some parts of them from West Virginia. But that's the kind of thing that happened, man. So, you know, he came from a farm like raising. So it was working hard was no foreign thing to him. Working hard and you know, no new thing. My mom as well, but working hard was no new thing to her. Working hard. Although she was raised kind of like in Pennsylvania, and she went back to South Carolina, and actually her parents, her mother, her father was still doing the cotton thing back then. He got his own big plantation, I guess, which was hideous, horrible work. So she didn't do that very long at all before she got out of there. You know, used to tell us about it. Used to tell us that when she first pulled up in the bus there, she saw these beautiful white fields of flowers and told this lady how beautiful it looked. And the lady was telling, you won't think they're beautiful after tomorrow. And she was wondering why the lady said that, because she was out there trying to pick that cotton. You know, when you're picking that cotton, it has like little spikes and stuff on it that you cut yourself with, right? So that's why the term came up, keep your cotton picking hands off me, because your hands become very sharp, very rigid. And when you touch somebody's soft little lotion down skin, it tends to scar them or cut them, or they feel the vibration, they don't like it. So that's how that term cotton picking hands came from. Anybody using that term, cotton picking hands, more likely associated with black folks. Black folks who struggled in the fields from slavery on, raising 60 or 70% of the world's cotton from the United States of America to propel America to be great, while they weren't getting paid anything. And now this country don't even want to give a reparations. They give reparations to the Native Americans, which they should have gave more. Gave them to the Japanese who were put in concentration camps during the war between Japan and Germany. So black people deserve it as well, because you worked a lot of 254 years of slavery, and then when 1864 came, you were free, a master payer, so free, but you still suffered anyway. I'm putting the camera in this guy when he come to the store now because he got a lot to say all the time. What's up? Hey, tell you something. I got you on camera. I got you on camera. Nah, that's the camera. Where would the door is? See what the door is? The door. Inside the door, man.
Inside.
Right here, man. Got you right there.
Okay. Okay. Ain't that?
Got you right there, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Act crazy so we catch you. Go ahead.
I ain't right.
Act crazy now. Oh, it's so done.
You got your account, man. Hey, okay.
Hey, look, I got on the camera sneaking out, and all that noise. I got you down for history now, man. Not long ago, I pulled there. That's a crazy ass camera right there. We don't want to lie. Here you go.
The lights is off, right?
Huh? Yeah, you want to light? All right. That'd be the 780. Yeah, you need one more dollar, man. Come on, I can get a light. You got the money for the other stuff. So I just go ahead and put it back. Oh, nah, man, you got chump change. So you make it, you going out there light. That light is going right back on the shelf. That light is going right back on the shelf. You never see that light? Wave goodbye to
But
it.
here, that's what you call it.
What was it called? You got it for what you call it? That's all 10 years after that.
I got something.
I know you can. You will. Look. I said, let me set my tripod so I can put that tripod right there. That tripod right there on your darnell, check you out.
Oh, that's small baby.
Nah, that's more because why? You want
Yeah, hook me up, man.
look it up?
Yeah, yeah. How much that?
Nah, you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you sure. Oh, 35 sure.
I see.
And why you gonna say that 10? Say that 10, put it in that 50 grand old piggy bank.
I still got that two in there.
You got two in there.
That the one I bought.
Well, that's why you put that 10 to. What's the problem? What's the problem?
She didn't look at you, man.
No, they only can't see me, only see you. Only see you out there struggling. Good, man. Give a shout out to yourself over there. Give a shout out to yourself. Hey, my name down there. I work hard every day for the money. Good, man. No, man. I just have you. I have you talking to people like that now. You got to go so you check you coming in. And I put it over here when you can bring the water. So you see the water coming. You know, so example for running a little small store. A lot of people don't have little stores like that. A lot of black people like that. I show you how to run stuff, how to check orders when they come out. Every time I go to the store, man, I see somebody like me there. This is what I'm talking about. Right? Most of somebody saying, oh, it's hard. So you come, as soon as all you want to do, this thing, this. So you
You know, I had that on Saturday and Friday.
I don't know. I might. lot of times I find footage or find content quickly, you know, so I know people like a lot of, you know, outside stuff. It's a live form, I like that. You know? That's what. Somebody come there and crazy that. I ain't gonna tell my clothes like, oh, hold it down here. They won't know, too late. Too late. Yeah. I'm like a spot, security cameras out. I put up, yes, it I didn't do that for you.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that's one of my regular customers right there. And I'll put it back over here. I think I had this thing on last time, and I was like, I had it pointed one way the whole time, but that got pretty boring. Trying to keep everything flowing for you right there. Keep everything flowing, so back to the educational thing. So anybody setting up a business today, I don't care where it is, man. Brothers in Kenya, Top Mason, when you can know anybody setting up a business, man, it's you gotta always have your supplies, get it in. You gotta always sell. Can't spend your money, you gotta re-up your supplies again. You know? Then when you start setting money aside, you might be able to do little things you want to do. But you always gotta remember that you don't have inventory in the store or supplies or goods, can't make no money. Can't make no money at all. So it's always good to stay in your game. Like I said, people come in all hours of the day while you're open. You don't know when the fast hours are going to be or the slow hours. I used to anticipate and figure like early in the morning before school, you have a crowd. After school let out between 3 o'clock, you have a crowd. And late at night, you know, when you're coming close to closing, you have a pretty good crowd coming in. Most of the other day, you have people just, you know, most of the other hours of the day, people are drifting in and out of your store, buying stuff, coming. Somebody who maybe lived here 5 years ago coming by something. Somebody said, oh, I didn't know it was a store right there, coming by stuff. But you have regular customers like the guy Darnell was waiting on, coming by a certain product every day. Buy his beer every day, buy his smoking product every day. That's what he gets. You know, do him like that. So that's where it go, man. And the guy that came and bought that single beer, he might come in 5 times a day just buying a single beer. Depending on how his money rolls, who he asked for, who he begged for, who he give for, what thing he might do for somebody to give him some money. All the others. I guess alcoholism is all over Africa as well. Like I hear Top Mason, Mayuka talking about it. You know, a guy started a business there cooking something, and pretty soon he was out of business because it's repetitive. You got to be able, man, to it's not a sprint, man. It's a marathon. It's a marathon you got to be able to keep doing. Stay successful in business. A lot of people want to open up what's called box stores. They call them when they open up a business and somebody else runs it. They sit back and try to collect the funds, and you know they put the inventory and all that kind of stuff there. A lot of times they fail because you sitting back, got someone else running your business for you. You got a system made about how you know what's coming in, what's going on with money you're making, but you can't regulate theft. You can't even regulate inside theft. If somebody inside it working for you is taking stuff from you. So when that thing starts narrowing down and the money starts going, it might not affect you at first, but then suppose you have to fix your roof. Suppose you have to fix some plumbing problems. Suppose you have to do some other kind of things going to require money to keep your business afloat. You got to always do your business for yourself. You got to pay your light bill. You got to pay your gas bill. You got to pay your water bill. You got to pay a whole bunch of bills anyway. Going to consistently coming every month, especially in the city. You got to pay it consistently. So those kind of things coming against you, can cause a problem with that money that's slipping out the door or slipping in somebody's pocket. So I say, I call myself a spy on the web. Spy on the web, I mean, I'm gonna stay here in this place and I'm gonna run this business and I'm gonna do what I'm doing here, and that's what I've been doing. So I've been here since '85 and it's 2023 now. Day, matter of fact, what's the day? The day's June the 9th. So that's what I do, man. So anybody, want to be fancy, want to have a bunch of box stores, hey, maybe they're successful doing that. Maybe they're good. Maybe they got the system down where they got really qualified people working for them. They're paying them good money. They're sticking in there, and employers are not fluctuating so much. You have to train people so much and doing things the wrong way. But this is how I found successful here in D.C. And I mean, thank God I had a father, man, who was so ambitious and did so many things, you know. Father, man, not only did he work at the train place, Washington Terminal, which turned to Amtrak, he also had his own transportation business, ran a cab, making money along with this store. So he had, like I said, 3 streams of income all the time, and he could get and do. So one thing was cut off, he had something else. You know, you always want to have something else. I'm trying to, I had more streams, and the government actually cut some of my streams off. They rezoned my land in a way so I can't park cars on it. I mean, why they do that for? So I gotta see why they did that, because I'm still paying commercial taxes, but they limited me making money on part of my property. Yeah, that's not very cool at all. But God still blessed me. I come every day and work and still do what I gotta do. Do what I must do to survive. I'm 63 now. This business has been very good to me. Raised all 4 of my children up in here. And yeah, it's been wonderful, man. You know, married since 83 and business since 85. I'm gonna tell you, man, it hasn't been easy. Sometimes I've been up in here, man, and cramps in my legs, tired and sleepy, muscles aching and sore. Still, man, I carry on, I press on. You know, we do. You know, back in the day, we did give ourselves at least two weeks of vacation a year. Sometimes we get so physically tired. We go from 7 days to 6 days a week, and usually we made Monday the day we would take that rest. But on the majority of the time, it's been 6 to 7 days a week for all these years, man. For all these near 40 years here in the store working. And this building looks the same way it looked now when I took over, except for little things I did, like, you know, upgrades here and there. Man, the building's not aging, but I tell you, my physical body's aging. I went from all black hair to totally gray beard almost now. Thank God for it, though. I remember when I started this place in 85, started running it, I had no children. My first son born in 88. My very last son was born in 93. And that guy just turned 30. I said to myself, thank you, Lord God, for bringing me a mighty long way, and able to raise my children up in here, which is just a blessing to do so. Again, I said, man, you know, the harder you work, the love people come, but you trust in your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and repent of your sins, man, you can ask God to bless you, to watch over you, to keep you from harm and hurt. And those people want to plan negative things to affect you and hurt you. Pray to God to bless you and keep you from that. That their free will is circumvented by your free will, because you go into God the Father to protect you from them. And man, and God will do that thing. So that's how it works out, man. And I think any kind of business, I mean, I've seen businesses, since I've been in business, I've seen all kind of name businesses that were 20 times bigger than mine, poof, and go out of business. Never come back, never rebound. Seen big giant box stores, man, big huge stores, they go out of business, never come back. You don't know why it happened. You don't know whether the guy who owned the 275 stores sold to some other guy, rich guy, and that rich guy didn't know how to manage it, and poof, out of business. Or that guy who had 375 big box stores, maybe he passed away, and whoever took up the strings, poof, couldn't manage it. Stores change names, go out of business, other stores come. This kind of store here, been here, man, for a long time. I said, you know, I remember when it used to be like Soup Market, which is called a large box Soup Market, right up the street from us here. Up there, man, for forever. And then for, you know what, poof, out of business. They were getting hit and robbed 3 times a week, couldn't make it no more, had to go. Now that same spot torn down, and they erected a retirement home for older people to live in. You know? And I think that's doing well. So you got to find out where the money trends go, how things change, how things move on. You know, we know that now you're looking at something where you got an upgrade or knowledge has increased in electric vehicles, electric batteries that go in vehicles. Instead you have to charge them quite often, then you don't have to charge them as much. They go up to 500 miles without a charge, and they have smart technology going in tractor trailers where these trucks can drive themselves. The only wrinkle they have is them driving themselves in snow and rain. When that kind of thing is gone, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of drivers and CDL licenses are gonna poof disappear. You got to switch over to some other kind of like thing. Before you switch over to some other kind of thing, you gotta figure a way, man, to amass some money so that if you have to re-educate yourself again, learn another new technology, that you can take care of yourself and get that technology down, so you can continue to make money again. The service is always going to be, some people are always going to be walking and spending money. I remember a time in my store, man, in I said 85 and 86 and 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 88, 99, all the way to the 2000s. It was all about cash purchases. Now you got people coming in credit card, you know, so it makes it easier for people to buy, real easy to get in debt. And stores like me, the money you were making in profit, now you spend on what's called credit card fees. So a lot of times you go into stores and they'll say, oh, using your credit card, it's a $10 minimum. The reason why the stores tell you $10 minimum because the credit card companies do this. They normally charge you at the end of the month, you're paying 3.5% of everything you make is going to the credit card company. But the fees are like this. Every time you swipe that card, you pay the credit card company a fee. Every time they buy something, you pay a percentage of what that product costs to the credit card company for their transaction of taking the money and putting it in your account, then later on taking it out of your account and paying themselves. They go in your account and pay themselves, man, you know, automatic transfer of monies. So that thing plays into it as well. And then you're kind of at the point where you got to kind of at the mercy of them. You got to pay these fees and credit card fees or everybody walking with plastic. You decide not to take plastic tomorrow, you could do it, but you probably will lose, I don't know, 30% of your income coming to this money. You don't have credit cards, walk someplace. Oh, you don't have credit, walk someplace else. So you almost gotta do it. You almost gotta be involved in that credit card system. You know, I think there's one African country that doesn't accept credit cards. I think it's that country that borders Kenya, Ethiopia. Syria, I forgot the name. Y'all know the name, put it in the comments down there. But that country doesn't take credit. They know what they do with it, but they're currency cash all the time. I bet the country as a whole is doing super rich, man. I bet people are not in debt, credit card debt, but they're doing like wonderful as far as that's concerned. So that's just the thing. So again, this is that period of time where, you know, I had 2 customers coming, had 1 order coming. I'm expecting 1 more order to come in today. But watching them. And customers, like I say, flow when they feel like it. Flow whenever they got the groove, flow when they got the money. Here they come. Most important thing with customers is making sure you have what that customer wants to buy. A lot of times in a smaller store like mine, I'm going like this. I'm going to carry 1 brand of dishwashing liquid. I'm not going to carry 5. Somebody come here, it's going to be Dawn. Not going to have Palmolive, Joy, a bunch of other kinds, Ajax. I'm only going to have that Dawn. But whichever one I have, I'm going to have 1 at a time. Because it's a waste of shelf space when you have 5 different kind of dishwashing liquids. They're not a very, very super fast seller. Same thing with a bathroom tissue or toilet paper. When you're doing number 2, you're in your boo-booing. I'm going to have 1 brand, man. I'm not going to have a dozen brands. Somebody, oh, this one feels better than that one. 1 brand, 1 choice. I got it. Hopefully you want to buy that one. You know, so that's the way it's going to work. Along with the paper towels, along with the clothes detergent to wash your clothes, but 1 brand, 1 kind, that's going to be it, man. I'm not going to have a rack of kinds. You know, things that sell tremendously fast, like fast foods or like potatoes and things like potato chips or popcorns. I might have 25 different kinds of those things because they're going off shelf real fast. Or beers and wines. They got a bunch of variety of those because they're selling very, very fast. But somebody is not going to sell very fast. Even if someone wants a condom, you know what condoms are? You put condoms on your penis, so when you're having sex with a female, protect you from diseases as well as one impregnated. You got 1 kind, Magnums. That's it. I'm not carrying a bunch of different kinds. Those 1 kind, which is clearly, I guess, amongst the best in the industry. I carry that. I'm gonna give you a bunch of different kinds. because of the laws that they did in this district of Columbia, and you can't sell menthol cigarettes, which were the most favorite cigarettes amongst everybody in Washington D.C. They cut that out. You can't buy menthol anymore, so that cuts off 80% of what I'm selling in cigarettes. So I'm not a smoker, but it cuts off 80%. A lot of my customers who can't buy it in D.C., and they got to go to Maryland and Virginia, neighboring states, to buy the same thing. How D.C. going to pick up on their income? I guess what they've been doing is putting more traffic speed cameras up. You know, cameras if you're going above the speed limit when you're driving your car, camera take your picture and send you a ticket in the mail. If you don't pay that ticket in the mail, the ticket increases, it doubles every 15 days, and then they can repossess your car and auction it off. So like I said, they're doing stuff like that to make money, you know. But I mean, I think it's kind of cruddy. You think people all these speed cameras around the whole United States and different places of the world now, you would think that they're talking about safety. It's really talking about another stream of revenue for the government. That's all it's talking about. Because you wanted real safety, you would put police at all those hot spots. People are flying around, and they would get tickets. They would get their licenses taken from them, and that would really stop down on homicides and deaths. Not homicides, but traffic-related deaths. They're just putting cameras emptying people's pockets, right? So that's where that thing go. But here, man, it's just this is how it goes every day, man. You take care of business, you do what you have to do, trust in the Lord. While I'm in there, I'm thinking like I'm doing my YouTube channel now, Stay Black in America. So like, subscribe, share, and learn, because you never know if you want to be in business for yourself. Because over in Africa, I figured 70% unemployment over there. So man, you need to set up some kind of independent business that you're making money, you're making funds, and you don't have a prayer. Hopefully you'll have a nice farm where you're producing something, so you go in the marketplace, maybe you're selling mangoes or some other type of fruit, you know, that you're selling and making money with, bananas and mangoes, and I don't know, man. I don't know if coconuts are sold there. I know most time I watch the D Mongo, she's a superstar YouTube person. She loves coconut water, but I mostly see those coconut waters when she's in Asia. So I don't know if Africa is even producing the coconuts. But if you think about Africa, if you're able to get seeds or seedlings over there, you start growing like different varieties of apples, or you start growing oranges, because the climate is so conducive to grow everything. It's a wonderful, beautiful soil in Africa. So man, you could almost be growing. I mean, sweet potatoes. People sell those in the marketplace over there. I walk and saw sweet potatoes. Even in America, you got so much ground is could be farmland. Some people the rich people put big golf courses up, man, and spend a lot of money on golf clubs and balls, golf balls. But there's just so much money to be had in that. Well, you're growing lumber on your property, trees that transform to lumber after a certain amount of years. You make a certain amount of money. Growing all kind of vegetation and vegetables. You do that, and then you're in business for yourself, and that harvest comes in a certain time. So you harvest and you got to reseed up. So some kind of service business, somebody's coming and needs them every day and they got some money they can spend for it. That's how you're going to make it. You can tell everybody what to do. Everybody not going to listen. You can have over in America, you have like gyms where people can lift weights and run on treadmills and work out, but you still got obesity running rampant. You can tell somebody that, get married first before you have sex. You still have babies born out of wedlock everywhere. Babies born to mothers and people not married everywhere. Figure. You can always tell people the right thing to do, they won't do. You tell people, hey, you can drink all the beer and wine you want. Drink it in moderation. Don't drink enough in a day to get drunk. Don't drink so much that if you don't get it, your body's trembling, shaking. They're going to do it anyway. Same thing with drugs and weed and everything else. People do it they don't do it in moderation. They do it in the extreme, and then they get these horrible habits. So that's where that thing go, man. You gotta stay prayed up, with habits are waiting for you all around the corner. Some habits are worse than others. Some habits get into your body, and your cravings for it are so pitiful, so hard, so rough. As you just become a horrible statistic, man. You know, if you can't get it, then you're around there robbing folks, stealing folks, killing folks, trying to get your high on, because you're feeling that pain. Worse than a hunger pain. Yeah. That's the way business works, man. So I'm in here doing my thing here this Friday. It's Friday morning. Still waiting for that second order to come in. So I probably won't bore you guys too much on this thing here. But I don't know if I'm boring you now. I don't know if somebody want to see. Most of my people watching me are from the United States of America. I have some UK, some Kenyan, some other place. UK, Kenya, slightly some from some other places. But I think the majority, man, maybe 70% are from the United States. And a large percent of guys, people watching are guys, males, man. So, you males, man, American, black American males, all kind of males. Man, don't let a woman ruin your life. Don't let a woman dictate what you do, because women are, for the most part, kind of irrational. Kind of all about feelings and feel. And if you're not ruling someplace, man, you being rude. And I mean rude something. I don't mean like, you're putting your foot on somebody's neck. I mean, you're making wise and intelligent decisions, and you're going here with them. You're not letting somebody, persuade you to buy something you shouldn't buy, or to do something you shouldn't do, or get angry when you shouldn't get angry. Very emotional. You see it happen to somebody like Will Smith. You see him on there, going there smacking Chris Rock, man, because something he said about his wife. When his wife was having sex with some other teenage guy or some guy in his 20s in the house, I don't think he smacked and whooped that guy up, that guy. So, I mean, just because you got embarrassed, she embarrassed you anyway. Well, national TV, her little red thing, table thing, embarrassed him anyway. So, I mean, he's hanging there because he said he's going to hang in there. But, the Bible says because of adultery, you can divorce somebody and move on. So, his love is maybe strong. He wants to stay there and deal with it. I guess you can just, do the limit. How many times can I cheat on this guy and disrespect this guy? He's going to hang in with me. Can I keep doing it forever and ever and ever? I don't know. It's amazing things, man. But that's life, amazing things. Some people talk about they want to have multiple wives because like that during the Bible times, other times multiple wives. But God made Adam and Eve. He didn't make Adam and 5 or 6 wives or 10 wives. He made Adam and 1 wife. Therefore, one must be sufficient enough for you to live and manage, and not have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all, whatever, hermit of women, that nature. So something to think about. But I mean, man, if you're a black American guy, man, get self-employed. Get self-employed because our unemployment rate is high, very high. By me being self-employed, I can hire my sons from time to time if they want to work, my daughters if they want to work. My wife pretty much here all the time anyway. So you can pretty much hire anybody you want to hire in your family. So you have to worry about somebody running there trying to find a job or get in a job situation with being treated badly. Competing with everybody else. You have your own thing, your own thing yourself going with. You found your niche in the area, your business there, and you're dealing with whatever competition you got to deal with, but you're making money and you're succeeding. It's been going like a flow, like a river, like a nice river flowing. It's just going the right direction for you. God bless that, man. All the skills you can get. I mean, I went to a bricklaying school, masonry school, probably in the 90s while I was still in here working the store, so I could have another option to do something. I've done some brick work around here, some block work around here. Pretty decent stuff. I know I got the ability to do patios and other type of things. I haven't had the need to do those things. Knowledge. I tell you, I got the knowledge now. I'm talking about my body is willing to bend on my knees and squat down and do a bunch of stuff you got to do. I do basically all my cutting grass out there. I got a lot of grass around this property. I do basically all my cutting grass and save my way. I'll probably save a rack of money when I do it myself. When I have to pay somebody, it's going to cost at least to cut all the grass in the property. They charge me $125 a cutting. So if I'm not filling up to it, got to pay somebody. I'm automatically losing $120. And they're gaining the income. So they're gaining this income because they're there to cut. They want to cut your grass and make some money. So that's the way it works. So, there's always an opportunity to make money here in America. Whenever you solve a problem, you make money. bigger problem you solve, the more money you make. So always remember that, man. This unemployment thing and stuff like that. There's always a way to solve problems. You got plumbing companies, you got electric companies, you got pest control companies, you got cable companies, you got all kind of companies out there doing things. Sometimes the prices are out of reach. Roofing companies, people put down carpet, people put doors and windows up, and if another company come on the scene and do it a little lower, they're going to get the customers. So there's always opportunities to rise up and move and get things done here. That's why America has the customers. Hey, what's up, man? What? All right. Hey, you want to give a shout out on my YouTube channel? You want to give a shout out on my YouTube channel? You know when you say, hey, I'm so and so. I said, yep, I got a YouTube channel. So you give a shout out. Bottle $2, this is $185. Real bottle? There you go. You are. Nothing like good bottle of orange juice in the morning. I like it. All I had today, by choice, is the 16-ounce bottle of orange juice and a bag of peanuts. They call them, I guess, Africa ground nuts. They come from the ground, but we call them peanuts. Yes, indeed. The thing about in the store like this is that trying to overeat, man, because you got carbohydrates and food everywhere. You got food in abundance, man. I got all kind of juices and sodas and cakes and ice cream and food everywhere. Eat all day long, man. Find myself like well over 300 pounds, you know, so thank God I'm not up there no more. I'm still pretty huge. I'm still weighing 277 pounds, but I am 6'3", so pretty good height on me, but still 277 kind of heavy. I'm trying to get that down to probably around, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe around 225 might be a better way for me. I'm getting older. I'm 63 now, so 225 might be a better way for me. Do like that. But yeah, that's what we're talking about, man. We customer you just saw it. He's from the Dominican Republic, so he speaks Spanish and English fluently. Got a job in America, doing well. So America has 50. I was saying before, if I got business money. America has 52 million immigrants from all over the world here. Here, man, because it's the greatest country in the world. I keep saying the same thing: greatest country in the world.